Hello, everyone. My name is Dane Frederiksen. I am a video production expert in the B2B space, and I'm joined today by Sherri Schwartz, who is from Ovation CXM. And I'd like you, Sherri, to introduce yourself the way that you would like to be introduced.
You did a great job, but I am Sherri Schwartz. I'm the head of marketing at Ovation CXM. I've spent 16 plus, maybe 17 years now in marketing. Really actually started my career in sales, so I've seen that side of the house, and I did a fast pivot over into marketing, and I haven't looked back, and it's been awesome. I've mostly started in startup, scale-up marketing organizations. I did get to work with an organization to help take it IPO,
Oh, great.
and have rebranded organizations, built teams from scratch, kind of done it all within kind of the scrappy marketing ecosystem.
Fantastic. And now you've got AI to superpower all that. And I imagine you're probably using all those skills now with AI. How is that going for you? What's top of mind for you with AI and marketing right now for you and your company?
Well, I think the AI ecosystem for marketing has become increasingly more complex, right? It's like every time you turn around, there's a new tool to try. And so never sign a year contract for anything anymore. Only do trials and do month to months and test, because if you've been on something for 2 months, it's probably archaic and there's something new. And it's easy. There's marketing. There's an AI solution for everything, but what is best for your situation, your team? So, we're looking at where our gaps are. How do we fill those gaps? We have a video as a service agency, for instance, that we use, but we haven't not tried video AI tools. But it's about trying them to see, are they ready yet? Like, how much prompting do they need? How much turnaround do they need to really determine where you still use agency, where you still use people, and what is there to help expedite? I think for me, what we've learned in 2026 is about how do we operate more efficiently. It's not necessarily a replacement for a person. It's an augmentation of what that person would typically do and spend their time doing. That's time costly or a lot of iterations. And that's where we're filling the gaps from an output and speed.
This is perfectly playing right into my evil plans of talking about video because I'm a video guy, if you haven't guessed.
Yep.
So I have been screaming from the rooftops that video is really the antidote to slop. For a couple reasons, because you can use AI to repurpose it, like with transcripts and video editing tools like Descript. So there's a place for all that. And then the human aspect of standing out, and like we're making video thought leadership right now, and this is something AI still can't really do. So
No.
to what extent does that hold water for you? Is that this to me seems like the gospel that every company should be doing video repurposing as like the core ingredient for their marketing because of the repurposing aspect, and you're using AI to actually be efficient rather than make slop.
Well, and I think if video isn't a priority in your content channel and in your strategy, you are missing out. No, you still need written content for GEO and for AI LLMs. Buyers are more and more increasingly starting their search and utilizing an AI LLM at 50 to 60% in their buying decisions than they were a year ago. And so it's extremely important to still have written. But AI LLMs also learn from YouTube. Like YouTube is like the number 2 outside of Reddit, I think, from a training for AI LLMs. It's got to be super important. I think being able to take an interview with one of your thought leaders or one of your executives and recording that interview, whether it's a 30-minute or an hour, and then being able to slice and dice that and create micro interviews for your social media strategy, longer form for YouTube or Vimeo, inserting it into your resources section of your website. The opportunities are endless. And I think buyers have a 7-second attention span, right? So
if that,
yes, it's increasingly shrinking. And so how can you bite size, give somebody something that can be entertaining, because not everybody just wants to sit down and read a blog. I know I skim a lot of them, or I'll have 100 tabs open in my computer with the idea that I'll go back and read it, and then I never did. But if I'm seeing a quick, 10 to 15 second snippet, on social media, I'm more inclined to watch that. And so I think there's so many great AI tools to slice and dice and help that, to be able to take an interview like this. We've tested the creation of animation in it with AI tools. What I will say from just our experience having tested it, I might say, hey, I want something to look like there's silos and glass shattering with these 5 words. It could be customer experience is the future. I'm just hypothetically throwing some words out there. And I'll get something that's like 25% there. And then I've given AI and in the prompt the very specific 5 words, and it comes back in like, not in English and just pig Latin. Yeah. And then I go back and I reprompt it and say, nope, that's not what I asked for it to say. Can you please fix it to say these words? And it comes back again, not in written English. And so you have to think there's a right size approach of what tools are ready, what tools are still developing that you still need to keep a lookout in, and how much time is it actually taking you to prompt it? Like if you feel like you've sucked a whole day away trying to prompt something for one image or one 15-second thing, that is not a good use of your time. Doesn't mean you can't be an AI forward team. Can't mean that you can't develop an AI strategy and utilize AI in your marketing. It just might not be in that specific spot yet.
Yeah, it's not there yet, but it'll be there tomorrow. So
right.
I've been playing this thought experiment game in my head this week of like, if video is like part or a big part of your marketing plan, how much video would be too much? Is there a theoretical like, oh, that's too much video? I think answer is not. There isn't one, unless you're doing it bad, right? And so there's all kinds of reasons that it's not working. Like it's not high enough quality. Maybe your SMEs don't have the time. Maybe. Yeah, whatever those reasons are, the point is that there really isn't a good reason to not be doing video. They're all just bad reasons to not be doing video.
Yeah, I mean, we've produced over the last 2 years over 200 videos a year. And what that looks like, it's hype videos. It's product demo videos. It's explanatory videos. It's partnership videos. It's customer signing videos. It's even taking some of your most frequently asked questions in your vendor due diligence in the buying process, and it's turning that into short interview snippets where it's question and answer. It's being able to then take that with the transcript uploaded on YouTube for your AI LLMs. It's fueling a 30-minute webinar into 50 different social snippets to be able to utilize for ongoing LinkedIn and social strategy. Opportunities are endless. A tiny 10-second video on LinkedIn is still a video. So, I mean, it's very, very easy if you are prioritizing the varieties of different ways to utilize it. It's very easy to get to 200 a year, and you look and you're like, man, this is insane. This has been super helpful for us. And we've seen, since we've prioritized video for so long, it is a driver. It is a channel driver to our site as well. So it's wonderful for brand awareness.
Yeah, I've heard people talking about, like, because the buyer journey has extended to the point that they're like doing most of their journey before they talk to sales, that video it really is the sales process, because you're giving the ammunition for people to self-educate.
And it is there, and it's interesting because it's when there's 60%, 50 to 60% of their journey starts at an AI LLM, and so much of it is zero click to ever getting onto your site. They're learning so much just from what these LLMs are divvying up from having scraped your site, other content, review sites, your video on YouTube, you name it, and giving it to them in a silver platter. It's no longer just going to our site and filling out a contact us form. Like, that is lower value than one coming from an AI LLM, where they've done so much self-guided discovery of your business, of the challenges. And by the way, this LLM already knows who they are, so they skip the BS, right? They skip the very high level, superficial searching. They're not looking for just best, customer experience platform. They're looking for best one to solve for merchant services and financial, or commercial card, or they're going down to the persona level, which then means don't just do a high level 50,000 foot view video, like have the same type of written content strategy and video content strategy, top, middle, bottom, deep into the weeds,
Yeah.
because you don't know where they are in their buying journey, and you need to hit all of those points.
Yeah, exactly. It's like hitting a dartboard blind if you don't. The the idea of proving the ROI or the return on this to your internal teams or just in general for marketers, how are you seeing, like, is it still a challenge to convince like the execs that hey, this is worthwhile doing, it's driving sales, like this is how we're being found in AI search results? Do you just holistically think that's still a challenge, or are we at the point where they're kind of catching on?
I think the challenge is more the reporting piece of it. It's always the multi-touch attribution or just the reporting piece of it from an ROI perspective. Like, here's the exact specific metric.
Yeah.
Because they may have interacted with a variety of videos, a variety of different ways. It may be video from YouTube and then hopping on the AI LLM or vice versa. But I
Yeah.
will say we have never had a problem since diving into video of getting that executive buy-in, because we started with hype videos too to create. I mean, we were a brand that was primarily a services company, and then I was brought on as one of the first marketers to grow the marketing function of the business and pivot from service to SaaS technology.
Uh,
And we rebranded our company. So we were previously known as Boomtown, and we rebranded. We did a revalue prop. We did a new website, and with that came a brand new identity. So it was really easy to naturally have excitement backed by
mm-hmm.
it. But the importance is not just to have like an instant beginner excitement that phases off. Okay, maybe we don't want to pay for this as much anymore, or do we really need this many videos? The challenge is, how do you keep that momentum? And it's the variety of different new ways to utilize it. So we signed a really great partnership with IBM a couple years ago. We created a hype video specifically to send to the IBM team to get their account executives excited about the partnership. Well,
Mm-hmm.
then next thing you know, a year later, they are turning one of their mezzanines in New York, and they're at their headquarters into a large lobby where we primarily sell to banks, where banks are coming in and waiting for their meetings, and they wanted to use our hype video inside of there to showcase, and that entire mezzanine, a 20-foot wide, like, kind of video screen,
Yeah.
and they asked permission to be able to use that video. So it's 12 months later, it comes right back, but now it's being used in another even more creative way in a large audience. It's almost like a billboard, but just at One Madison. So that again continues up the excitement, the variety of different ways these videos are being used and can be used, not just from a sales perspective or a thought leadership perspective, but what about at a partnership level to drive that hype and that excitement for a net new partner, that who knows where that takes you, where they bring that forward to their audience.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good time to be in video. So,
It is a
uh,
great time to be in video. Absolutely. I think the challenge sometimes, though, and this is where we're at for 2026, is B2C is so fun. You know, selling shampoo or
yeah.
clothes or a Coca-Cola or a new energy drink. That can be really fun in ways to show video of, like, you've seen the Coca-Cola can bursting and it's all juicy and looks great, or a new flavor and it's got cherries and everything all over it. It's really creative sometimes to show that. Sometimes it can feel like it's boring. How do I show software in a video? So what we're challenging ourselves to do in 26, and this again is another way to how do you drive video excitement year over year. We are testing out new concepts where we're pulling out really fun B2C videos that we like, and how can I make that B2B friendly for my business so that
Mhm.
our videos come to life in an even more fun and creative way, where we don't take ourselves too seriously. I don't want that. I don't want to take ourselves too seriously, but how can we creatively show ourselves the same way that an Airbnb could or a Coca-Cola commercial
Yeah.
could? And that's where we're going in 2026 with our video strategy.
Yeah. Fun but brand safe.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
it's the new challenge for B2B. Thanks for joining me today, Sherry. Appreciate your insights.
Thank you so much for having me.